This is the beginning of trapping season, and master trapper Tom Oars is breaking new ground. Cutting and trail is always hard, and I don't know many 75-year-olds who are still out working like I am. It's a challenge, but that's what I do. Tom is famous for living a rough life in Montana's Yak River Valley and for his role on Mountain Men. Fans are wondering what happened after he disappeared from the show recently. There have been rumors that he quit the show to focus on his health. There have also been rumors that Tom has died, but he came back to the show for its 12th season. So why did Tom take a break from the show? Join us as we find out what really happened to the former rodeo cowboy. Even though Tom has been living in the wild for decades, he didn't start living this way overnight. Born in 1943 in Rockford, Illinois, Tom watched his father perform in U.S. Wild West shows as a child. This rough lifestyle gave Tom a love for living in the wild from a young age. As kids, Tom and his older brother Jack roamed free and practiced trick riding whenever they could. Their father was a horseman and taught them how to do tricks on the back of a running horse. Even though trick riding was dangerous, Tom survived and developed a taste for living on the edge. By the time he was 15, he had found another hobby: rodeo. His introduction to rodeo was just as hard as his life in the wild. He talked about how strange his childhood was by saying that his mother once drove him to the edge of town, dropped him off with his bull rope and rigging bag. He hitchhiked to Ohio and joined a rodeo circuit where he rode bulls and bucking horses. By the early 1960s, Tom had risen through the ranks of the International Rodeo Association and become a champion rider. He did well in all aspects of rodeo, consistently making it to the finals and ranking in the top 10, but on Valentine's Day 1970, he had an accident while riding a huge ball that almost killed him. This was the start of the end of Tom's rodeo career. Suddenly, chaos broke out as the shoot started and the ball violently hit him. The violent collision knocked Tom out and the ball kept dragging him across the arena over and over again. Everyone in the arena was scared, but his wife Nancy, who was watching from the stands, was the most scared. After a few minutes of rampage, Tom was freed from the ball and taken to the hospital on a stretcher. There, he didn't wake up for 3 hours, but he survived the ordeal. Once Tom and Nancy quit rodeo, they decided to move to the Wild West. Yak Valley seemed like the perfect place for them, so they packed up their things and drove off into the wilderness. The first few years were hard for the OES, but they made it through by building a log cabin by hand and relying on their hunting and trapping skills to stay alive. You have to make sure that the hole you cut in the ice is big enough for the pole that holds the cabin up. In Tom's trap, he uses freshly cut willow branches to attract the beaver. That's the beaver bait. That's what the beaver is going to come and try to eat. Years later, Tom was browsing an Indian store and found a $3 booklet that explained traditional Native American brain tanning methods. This was a game changer for him and his wife, and he quickly learned how to turn hides into soft, durable leather and started selling them at black powder rendezvous events. His new business quickly became well known, and he eventually caught the attention of show producers looking to feature people who live off the grid. Fast forward to 2012, he became one of the original cast members on the Mountain Men. Fans are often more worried about Tom's safety because he's getting old, and in recent years he's been the subject of many death rumors which confuse his fans and make them wonder about Tom and his life. For someone living far away from society, rumors made up online will definitely spread faster than any reliable information he gives. The rumor about Tom's death didn't just start out, it gained steam for a number of reasons, one of the most important of which was a false obituary published by a media outlet in 2020. The obituary falsely claimed that Tom had died and gave details but incorrect information about how he spent his life. A picture that seemed real to people who read it, even though it wasn't. As soon as the post went live, it spread like wildfire across social media. Fans and admirers of the former rodeo cowboy started leaving condolence messages and sharing the post without checking it out first. As more fans shared the false information, it reached even more people, leading many to believe that Tom had actually died. Tom's reappearance on Mountain Men also helped the rumor spread. Many of his fans, especially during and after the 9th season, noticed that he wasn't on the show for long periods of time, which led to rumors about his health. The rumors got stronger after an episode in the show's 11th season showed a real health scare. In that episode, Tom had trouble breathing at night and went to the doctor, where it was found that his heart wasn't working as well as it should have. He got over the health scare and went on with his life. The episode gave the rumors some credibility. Now that we know Tom survived a health scare, is he still alive or has he died, as many news outlets said? Well, some sources said that Tom died peacefully. in Lakeland, Florida in 2024 at the age of 81, but they didn't say what caused his death. Other sources say that Tom is alive, and one of the reliable sources says that Tom is hailing Harry. The health scare that fans saw on the show started the rumors about his death. When Tom suddenly woke up in the middle of the night with signs of heart failure, his wife Nancy sprang into action and took the veteran trapper from his Yak River Valley property to the hospital for a checkup. After being checked out, the cardiologist told the doctors that Tom's heart was no longer working properly and that they had found fluid in his lungs. To fix this, Tom was given medicine to help strengthen his heart and started wearing a heart rate monitor to keep track of his heart rate. Doctors could keep an eye on his condition, but because their cabin is about 80 miles from the closest hospital, Tom had to start wearing a defibrillator vest to protect him in case of an emergency. So it's clear that the mountain man is alive and well. His medical condition has been taken care of, and if his medicine works as prescribed, Tom might not even need surgery, which brings up another question. Where did Tom go while he was gone? Fans don't know that Tom and Nancy aren't permanent residents of Yak River Valley. At the end of each season, the couple goes back to warmer weather in Florida where they have a home with their family. Whenever they need a break, they just hop in their pickup truck and head to the Sunshine State. While the death rumors may bother Tom's fans, the fact that neither Tom nor the show's producers said anything about them made them go viral when they first came out. Online, fans usually waited for official statements to confirm or deny it. But no one close to Tom came forward right away to explain what was going on. The silence made fans worry for a long time before he showed up in a later episode. Tom is one of the most admired characters on Mountain Men, and fans can't stand the thought of him leaving the show anytime soon. However, his lack of appearances led to rumors about both his death and his leaving the show. Since Tom came back to the show, the rumors have changed. Now they're more about him retiring to Florida with his family. Like the first rumor, this one started when fans noticed that Tom's screen time had decreased significantly. As one of the main stars of the show, Thomas appeared in more episodes than any other cast member, so his absence definitely left viewers wondering why he wasn't on as much. Some fans thought it was because of his health scare because he was in so many episodes. Others think that Tom may have retired to enjoy a warmer and quieter climate away from the cameras. Neither Tom nor his wife have talked about the rumors in any interviews, which is what you'd expect, which led fans to spread false information on social media. Are Tom Brady and his wife leaving the show? Friends of ours told us about a retirement home here on the beach that we should check out, so we came over here to take a look at it, one fan wrote. I don't even know for sure what it means to retire. If you retire, do you just stop doing everything and sit around? What do you do when you retire? I don't know if I can even retire. Well, the couple hasn't decided to hang up their boots yet. Even though it's winter and living in such a remote area is hard, Tom and Nancy are still willing to keep living the homesteading life, and you can see how dedicated they are in the premiere of season 11 when they were getting ready for the hard winter before. The first episode in the second episode of season 11. Tom was back in action with his trapping buddy Sean McFay as they worked together to set the winter trap line. Even though Tom has a health problem, he does his best in every episode he's in. While Tom and his wife continued to be on Mountain Men, there were times when they thought about leaving. One of the reasons they thought about leaving was the lack of privacy. In an interview with American Cowboy, Tom talked about some of the problems they faced because of their newfound fame. He said that even though they lived in the over, 300 fans come to their cabin every summer to take pictures and shake hands. Don't get it wrong, Tom may not like all the attention and noise, but he loves his fans. In an interview, he said that his fans are important to him and that it's always nice to meet and talk with them. Tom's life has been nothing but amazing. Before moving to the wilderness of Yak River, he spent a lot of time as a rodeo cowboy, which helped him get ready for what the toughness of mind and body needed for the show when he eventually settled down in the wild and felt that the life that many people think of as extreme was real and easy. He has said that he feels like he was born 150 or 200 years late. While Tom is still a big part of the show, as shown by the cast member profiles, he knows that his way of life can't last forever. In an interview with American Cowboy, he hinted at the possibility of retiring, saying, "It's just me, Nancy, and our old Dodge pickup. We can't keep doing this." He also talked about how hard their lifestyle is, saying, "I used to tell Nancy that one of these days she'll probably find me stretched out dead." For now, Tom continues to live his rough life. His honest admissions in the interview made it clear that his time on the show might be coming to an end. Fans will also notice that even though Tom is still active on the show, his on-screen time has decreased a lot. Does this mean that Tom is slowly leaving the show? It looks like he is because reports say Tom, he and his wife have decided to move to Florida permanently. His decision to move to Florida shows that his priorities have changed. He wanted to focus more on his health and spend more time with his family. However, Tom still makes occasional appearances on Mountain Men, showing that even though he's not a full-time cast member anymore, he's still very much involved with the show. Let's find out what his role is on the show. Conway, Jason Hawk, Rich Lewis, Marty Maioto, and others have chosen to live off the grid in remote wilderness. To survive, they have to do everything the casts do, like fighting off wild animals and enduring extreme weather. On the show, Tom is portrayed as a seasoned cast member who lives near the Yak River in northwestern Montana. The first episode of Season 1 showed him and his wife Nancy trying to survive in the harsh weather. Since then, the couple has been in several more seasons. Mountain men who live away from modern luxury and technology. In each episode, Tom shows off his skills at tanning using natural methods. He then turns the tanned hides into useful and beautiful items like clothes and moccasins, showcasing the artistry involved in traditional leatherwork. In the same way, the show follows Tom's hunting and trapping activities, which are necessary for his survival and to get materials for his crafts. Viewers also get to enjoy the excitement of watching Tom and his wife prepare for the harsh Montana winters. They often get ready by cutting down trees for firewood, storing food, and strengthening their log cabin. One of the most memorable moments on the show happened in episode 10 of season 9, when the talented trapper celebrated his 77th birthday. The episode was called Tom's Big Day, Capture Nancy G. Tom, the surprise of a lifetime. Even though Tom makes enough money to retire comfortably, his continued appearance on the show serves as a link between the audience and the dying traditions of wilderness living. And speaking of good money, only a few fans know how rich the cast members of Mountain Men are. According to a reliable source, each member earns around $115,000 per episode, which means they make between $150,000 and $240,000 a year, depending on how many episodes are filmed. Tom, one of the original stars, has been in 13 seasons and is said to have a net worth of over $200,000. For your information, a big chunk of his wealth comes from his TV roles and his crafts. Outside of Mountain Men, Tom runs a Fans have been wondering if Tom will be back for a new season since season 4. Since then, he has been rumored to be retiring and moving to Florida with his wife, but he keeps coming back for season after season. If he does decide to retire, he and the production company will probably make an official announcement, but for now, he's still very busy in the business and will be back on screen soon.